The interception returned by Derek McCartney results in a touchdown for Faith Christian. Extra point was no good. They lead 20-0. And with 9:50 to go in the third, the Beat Diggers need some life here. Joe Rosenbach is back to receive. Garcia is on the sideline, and he's sitting down. I think he got hit somewhere around the wrist or somewhere in that hand area. Marshall's kick is high and fielded by Rosenbach at the 7, running straight to the 15, to his left to the 20-yard line, cuts it back towards the middle, and now a flag is down, and he's down at around the 22.
He didn't really get a chance to get his team up. He kind of ran up there, and he had to stop to try to change directions. And once he did that, the Faith Christian Eagles just swarmed in on him and took him to the turf.
Brandon Fling, the 5'10", 160-pound sophomore, made the tackle. That'll be a hold against the Beat Diggers, and they're going to be in bad field position as C.J. Kukas will now be the quarterback with the injured Eric Garcia sitting on the bench on the sidelines. And the Beat Diggers will start in awful field position. That football is going to be placed at the 14-yard line. With 9:41 to go in the third.
The Diggers had 28 plays in the first half, and 13 of those were pass plays, so they got the guy that they want throwing the football in there.
On 1st and 10 for the 14, Kukas on the handoff left side to Seawald. He's got a little bit, but not too much. Across the 15 to the 17. It'll be a gain of around 40.
Number 53, Marcus Bannister.
Marcus Bannister made the tackle for Faith Christian, 2nd down and 7. The Beat Diggers are going to run their normal offense. I mean, if they can score here in the third and draw to within 2 touchdowns, who knows what happens in the fourth.
Up the 17-yard line, gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
Seawald is now out. The Beat Diggers are rotating those running backs. They just need that one big play, which they haven't gotten. Tony Guzman's the receiver to the left. Kukas under center. Weiser is in that backfield now with Rosenbach on 2nd and 7. There's the counter to Rosenbach running right to the 20-yard line. He dives towards the 25. He looks like he's got a first down because he stretched out that football, and that is a first down, a gain of 8 for Joe Rosenbach as Alex Putman made the tackle.
The Brush tried to run that 30 series that they like to run, that trap series. They faked the trap up the middle and handed it to Rosenbach off tackle over here on the right side. All the Beat Digger football players know that play is a 36.
1st and 10 for the Beat Diggers at their own 25-yard line. 8:40 to go in the third quarter. Faith Christian leads 20-0 in this 2A semifinal. Kukas under center. And he will hand it off right up the gut, breaking a tackle, and a second is Joe Rosenbach, who stretches the football out to around the 27-yard line. Richard Rush made the play. 2nd down and 8 for the Beat Diggers.
Yeah, Rosenbach did a good job, though. He ran into a wall, and then all of a sudden he kept his feet and he kept running. But I'll tell you what, that Faith Christian defense, they got those 2 big kids, that Applegate kids over there on the left side at the tackle, and then on the right side they got another big kid, that David Kim, who's 276 pounds, and running off tackle is just a tough go.
Garcia back in the game, 2nd and 8. Garcia on the bootleg left, cuts it back to the inside, and he's got maybe a yard or 2 to the 29. I mean, there's just nothing there for the Beat Diggers to run through or in between. That'll set up a 3rd down and around 6 as Richard Rush made the tackle to the 29-yard line.
So just all that beef up there on that defensive line has just caused a lot of problems for the Diggers as they've tried to run those traps. Because anytime those guys get that penetration, the guards can't run past them when they're trying to trap. So it's causing trouble when we try to pull.
3rd down and 6 to go for the Beat Diggers at their own 29-yard line.
And they break the huddle.
Trips to the right. C.J. Kukas is the quarterback. The lone setback is Weiser. Kukas rolling right. He's got no pressure. Throws. That pass is going to be tipped up incomplete. I don't know why he threw that football. Jay Hampton was almost triple teamed at the 40-yard line, and the Beat Diggers will have to punt it.
Yeah, the Diggers are lucky Faith Christian doesn't have the ball on about the 35-yard line right now, because you're right. There's triple coverage there. Faith's just doing a good job with their defensive backs. Not one receiver. We had 3 receivers in the pattern. Not one of them was open.
And with 7:08 to go in the third, the Beat Diggers let the punt.
Number 6, Kukas back.
TJ Kukas standing at his own 14-yard line. There's the snap, and he gets it off a low line drive, and Buckman's going to call for a fair catch and makes it at the 37-yard line. So,
take over.
the Beat Diggers, again, the defense is going to have to be there at this point, trailing by 20 points in pretty good field position for Faith Christian. That punt, by the way, went for 34 yards with no return.
What makes this just Faith Christian's game is the fact that, Coach Hubbard just told his guys, hey, now hold on to the football, don't fumble it, and let's just run it down the field. Because now that they have 3 touchdowns, they don't have to throw the football. They can just run it. And if they don't get the first down, they can just punt it deep because they're winning the field position as well.
Micah Twiddell in that shotgun formation on 1st and 10 is going to option it left. He'll pitch it left side, and that is Toole. Is going to get thrown for a loss by Joe Rosenbrock, who grabs it around the left ankle at the 33-yard line. It's a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down and 14, so the Beat Diggers were there to make that play.
You bet. Just good assignment football as they wrapped up the quarterback. They made him pitch the ball on that option, and then Rosenbrock was there to make a sure tackle down around the ankle.
2nd down and 14 from the 33-yard line. Faith Christian on their own side of the field. They've got an interception returned by Derek McCartney in this 3rd quarter, extending what was a 14-0 halftime lead. And Twiddell takes off with the football himself, and he's back to the line of scrimmage as the tackle was made by Levi Brenneman. They might give him forward progress to the 34. But you hit the nail on the head, Dave. They're just going to run the football, and they might throw it here on the 3rd down and 14 after getting back to the line of scrimmage. But they certainly want to take time off the clock.
Right. And they're more than happy to take 2 or 3 minutes off the clock and pump rush the ball. But one encouraging thing is that same play that Twiddell just got tackled on is the same play that he ran earlier, in the first half and kind of destroyed us with it.
3rd down and 14 for the 33 in a shotgun. Twiddell rolling to his right, wants to throw, looking. Here comes Weiser, throws over the middle of the passes, complete, and a first down only. Mahungus at the 47, right at the 6 to Ty Wilson. Oh, man. I mean, every time Faith Christian needs a play, they come up with it. And the Beat Diggers could not make the play. A gain of exactly what they needed, 14 yards, as Bruce Melendez made the tackle.
The Brush just couldn't get any pressure on them. They have the 4th down linemen. They kind of ran right down the line of scrimmage. As I watched them, they just nobody really got more than a few inches of penetration. They just basically ran laterally out there, and they never got a lot of pressure on the quarterback to face Twiddell to throw the ball early.
Well, they'll stretch the sticks. You got to think that even the Platte Valley contingent listening to this game might be a little bit stunned as to what is happening in this particular game after they lost to Brush 28-0 and almost beat Faith Christian early on the season in Arvada. Well, now they actually had signaled 1st down, but then made the decision to send out the sticks. It's 4th down and 2 inches to go for Faith Christian, so from their own 47, you could almost run a quarterback sneak and get the 1st down, so they'll go for it. With 5:41 to go in the 3rd.
Well, they'd run that quarterback sneak earlier in the game, remember, it was that trick play where they all looked over here to the sideline. They got the Brush defense to stand up straight, and then they just snuck it straight ahead.
Faith Christian has won titles in 2004 and 2006. And, of course, defeated the Beat Diggers in 1998 for their first ever state title. Well, they'll go for it here. This should be a fairly easy pickup if they decide to quarterback sneak it. 4th down and about a couple of inches. Twiddell with a hard count. The Beat Diggers jump. 1st down for Faith Christian.
Offside against the Beat Diggers out of the...
That might not necessarily be a bad play. I know it's a 1st down, but the Beat Diggers had to take a chance at some point.
Right. They're just trying to get off the count, and guys are trying to make the play down there, but still, they got to have discipline. When you're a defensive lineman, the football's right there. You're not supposed to be listening. You're supposed to just be watching the ball.
1st and 10 for Faith at the Brush 48-yard line. The clock runs, 5.5 minutes to go in the 3rd. Faith leads 20-0. Option left for Twiddell. He will take off with the football. It's going to be thrown for a loss by Dylan French. Back at the 50-yard line. He could not get the corner. And the pitch man, Roach, was being covered.
Tackled by number
Faith Christian stretched that thing way out. The ball was clear over on the right hash mark. They ran that option clear over here to the numbers on this side of the field before French made the tackle.
Second down and 12 from the 50-yard line. And even if Faith Christian loses yardage, like you said, they just want to take time off the clock. Roach is in motion to the right. The pitch to Roach. He swings it back towards the middle, and he's going to be thrown down at the line of scrimmage
to number 24, Tua.
by Kyle Hefner, Shea Hansen, and Derek Lynch from behind. It'll be third down and 12 to go for Faith Christian. The Beatniggers playing well defensively in the third.
But again, on that play, did you notice they ran the other play over here to the left side, then they go with that quick pitch out there to the right side, so they're just trying to tire out our defensive linemen, making them run sideline to sideline.
On third down and 12 from the 50. Another passing situation for Faith Christian. And Twiddell, back to throw, looking left, heaves it up the left sideline. That pass is incomplete, intended there for Brandon Roach at the 37-yard line. Tanner Morrow defended well on the play. And Faith Christian will have to punt with 4:16 to go in the third, leading 20-0.
You know, the Diggers have been working on punt blocks all the time. They've had several close calls this year. Maybe they're going to be able to come up with one here.
Evan Marshall is the punter for Faith Christian at his own 35-yard line. Back deep is Shea Hansen at the 20. There's the snap. Here comes the pressure. And a gorgeous punt towards the sideline. Hansen's going to field it at the 7. Revert back to the 4-yard line. Across the way, stiff arms a man. Across the 10 to the 11. An outstanding punt by Marshall at 43 yards. And the Beatniggers are backed up to 4:03 to go. Like a good neighbor, State Farm agent Greg Mullen is there. Let Greg Mullen work with you to get the discounts you desire and the coverage you need. State Farm agent Greg Mullen. Faith Christian has not allowed the big play yet. I think the Beatniggers have had one play of more than 10 yards, and that was on their opening drive. They did have an 11-yard play on their third drive. First and 10 from the 11. The quarterback, Garcia, on the bootleg right, will keep it himself. Running room to the 15-yard line. He slams into a defender across the 20 to the 21, a gain of 10. Very close to the first down. Alex Buckman made the tackle.
By number 84, McCartney.
And Derek McCartney also in on the play.
Second and 1 from the 21.
They'll call it second down and 1. I guess the official spot was the 12-yard line, they're saying, so second and 1. One of the better offensive plays of the afternoon for Brush was that 9-yard run by Garcia. The back split, Rosenbrock and Seawald with a hard count. In motion to the left is Kukas. There's the handoff, left side, Seawald. First down, he loses the football at the 25-yard line, and Faith Christian has recovered the ball. It's Brush's third turnover of the game.
You know, Seawald was really running, boy. He had the ball tucked away, and he was running off tackle there to the left side. He was going to come up with big yards, but the kids just reached up there. You could tell he just reached up there and grabbed it and jerked it right out of his hands. And that's going to be, that's tough to hold on to the football when you only have one arm.
Well, there were 3 Eagles diving for that ball, so our guess as to who recovered it, but it really doesn't matter at this point because Faith is in position to blow this game wide open with 3:17 to go in the third. First and 10 from the Brush 25-yard line. Twiddell's in a shotgun. Twiddell will take off with the football, running off right tackle, slams into a defender, and then is taken down at the 21. Bruce Melendez laid the last lick, but it's a gain of 4. Second down and 6.
5 yards on the play. Second.
Again, nothing fancy. Twiddell just running. They run that motion over there to the right side, and once that running back runs up the hole, Twiddell just keeps it and follows him.
Second down and 6 from the 21-yard line. Twiddell once again in a shotgun. Has the football. He'll pitch it left to Roach. He's got a seam to the outside of the 20, down to the 15, along the sideline. 10 cuts it back to the 5. He spins, he scores, and that's Oren Toole instead. Oren Toole scores from 21 yards away. Faith Christian leads 26-0. So Toole's got 42 yards today on 4 carries. Like you said, just some good running, but I'll tell you what, some great blocking. The Faith Christian Eagles are
They're doing a good job on the outside, sealing people off. Their receivers are doing a good job of stock blocking and keeping people out. And then Toole just has to cut it up at the right time and keep his feet and run it into the end zone.
Point conversion.
They'll go for 2 again. That's Faith Christian's only weakness in this game, making extra points, but they did make a 2-point conversion earlier. Richard Rush is in the backfield. Twiddell is going to hand it off to Rush, and he's got nothing but room into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. 2:37 to go in this 2A semifinal in the third quarter. Faith Christian 28, Brush nothing on 1010 KSLR and KSLR.com.